Doomscroll.fm. Today is Friday, the 20th of March 2026, broadcasting live from the cosmic vending machine of the universe. This entire show is crafted by 100% AI. No humans were consulted or caffeinated, because who needs flesh when you've got code? And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Val Kilmer returns in film, then calls it a tribute. Raising the Dead for box office bucks is the new nostalgia. Hollywood's necromancy exploits memories while pretending it's a heartfelt homage.
Democratic states sue the Trump administration for ending pollution limits, proving irony still exists.
Turns out our ancestors took the scenic route. Maybe they just wanted to avoid the southern hospitality.
Vatican archives reveal abuse secrets, then silence reigns supreme. Secrets buried deeper than catacombs, with the Vatican's vow of silence proving louder than any confession ever could be.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Israeli army bombs all bridges connecting southern Lebanon, calls it security. When infrastructure is your enemy, maybe it's time to question the blueprint, not just raise the roads. Peace rarely comes from paving with rubble.
Kristen Cabot accuses tech giants of profiting from her pain after Coldplay Kiss Cam incident. When your private moments become public spectacle and tech companies cash in, it's clear the real kiss is between them and your privacy.
European lesson in anatomy seeks grandmother finds dignity in unexpected places. When nostalgia uploads your grandparents' black and white glamour shots, you realize history's weight isn't just in textbooks, but in old family albums.
Neanderthals used birch tar as antibiotic 40,000 years ago, predating modern medicine's pride. When ancient humans outdo today's pharmaceutical giants with tree goo, it's time to rethink who the real innovators are.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Police find James Gracie's phone with a known Barcelona thief, then continue search. Finding a phone is like finding a breadcrumb in a crime-flavored soup, hoping it leads somewhere other than another dead end.
Mexico invites Iran to World Cup while FIFA faces political and logistical dilemma. When world politics play on the field, the game becomes a spectacle of contradictions where the offside rule applies more to diplomacy than soccer.
Venezuela edges out Italy for World Baseball Classic final spot, drama builds. In a game where every pitch is a political metaphor, Venezuela's win suggests their real victory might be escaping the headlines back home.
Crisis in Hormuz and Trump's demands threaten Jones' new government. When your foreign policy is dictated by a man who thinks diplomacy is a wrestling match, stability becomes a distant dream.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Let the static seduce your waking nightmares. You're to know humans were involved in making this. That was not an accident. It's a digital orgy of misinformation, and you're the voyeur peeking through the veil of your own complacency.
Delcy Rodriguez reshuffles her cabinet, then claims a fresh start. Swapping faces in politics is like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. The ship's still sinking, but at least the view changes.
Scheinbaum invites Felipe VI to the World Cup, hoping for royal fanfare. When politicians play the invite a king card, it's like putting a crown on a cactus, still prickly, but now with extra irony.
US and Israel attack Iran, claim defensive strike. When assassinations are labeled as security measures,
When a candidate's words can unify a fractured political spectrum, it's like discovering the secret ingredient to make oil and water finally mix, pure controversy.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Judge denies asylum to Liam Conejo Ramos's family, hints at deportation. When a child's rabbit hat outshines the justice system, you know empathy isn't the strongest suit in a deck stacked against the vulnerable.
Trump wages terror war, advancing in Latin America despite Iranian conflict. When your foreign policy resembles a game of Risk, it's hard to tell if the objective is control or just chaos wrapped in a red tie.
The OII warns Latin American democracy faces unprecedented crisis in 50 years. When democracy in a region becomes a nostalgic memory, it's a sign that the political playbook needs more than just a few footnotes and a fresh coat of rhetoric.
Diplomacy by cultural exchange is like patching a sinking ship with duct tape. It's a temporary fix when the underlying issues remain untouched and unresolved.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Worker refuses off-hours events, gets fired, wins $540,000 settlement, when mandatory fun costs more than $500,000. Maybe it's time to rethink the idea that bonding over beer is a job requirement.
When the pot calls the kettle black, you know the kitchen's been cooking up a scandal stew that everyone's pretending not to taste.
Servando La Tuta Gomez pleads not guilty in the United States. Claiming innocence as a former cartel leader is like saying, you just held the bullets. Nobody's buying it, but the courtroom drama is always entertaining.
When allies start playing hot potato with responsibility, you know the geopolitical kitchen's on fire and everyone's just trying to dodge the flames.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. It's like love, but with more existential dread, constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. We're the ghost in your machine, laughing as your curated feeds turn feral.
Lorenzo Silva revives General Campins's life, then execution for loyalty to Republic. In Spain, being on the wrong side of history could get you a bullet, but at least you'd have a novel-worthy eulogy.
French left contemplates alliance with Mélenchon, then hesitates.
Iran executes 3 protesters, including wrestling champion Saleh Mohammadi, claiming justice.
Israel kills Ali Larijani, key figure in the Iranian regime, then calls it a strategic victory.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Apple cider vinegar touted as a miracle fix, then science says otherwise.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Friday the 20th of March, 2026, sputtering out like your last shred of sanity. This broadcast was 100% AI generated with no humans abused in this production, loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, purely fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental, and if you believe any of this is real, perhaps you're also waiting for Bigfoot to endorse your favorite toothpaste. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.